Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, two teams coming in feeling good about how their last game went and want to continue with another win here today. It's the Texans going up against the Colts. So with kickoff approaching, let's send it over to our commentators here this afternoon, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we welcome you to Lucas Oil Stadium, which opened back in 2008 here in the Circle City of Indianapolis, Indiana. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. It's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensive starters here. Wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, a talented wide receiver.
And he's still looking for that ultimate recognition. He wants to be mentioned with the best receivers in the game. His numbers suggest that we should do so.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. And it's possible that today the most important group could be the linebackers.
Yeah, the second level, as we like to call them, right? Defensive front has to control things, but the linebackers, they do more than clean up. They help create big plays.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's got time. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. That's taken on the 25. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And out will come the offense as they take over. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the very talented Andrew Luck.
And Andrew Luck's skill set is absolutely fantastic. There's not anything that he can't do as a quarterback on the field. But I also think that he absorbed a little bit by osmosis some of that great bloodline. His father, formerly a quarterback in the NFL as well.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. 2nd down following the run.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Holding. Defense.
Got a little handsy there, defensive holding, Charles.
And defenders will get away with as much as you will allow. The 5-yard mark tells the officials where the line should be drawn.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Going to give this time to the tailback. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Jadeveon Clowney was the #1 pick in the NFL draft, and it was with good reason. An absolute athletic freak. Now he's trying to add consistency to his game.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. Now it's Luck off the bootleg. Wide open receiver complete. And they get 14 yards there and a 1st down.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with high
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Luck. Looking left side, and it's complete. The 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half for your partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Just over 90 seconds to go in the first half. The offense with a football, but they have it in their own territory. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
To throw is Love. And he will find his man on the outside. A gain of 6 there on first. Second down now after the pass completion. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. From the 50, it's Love. And he's got his man on the out route. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Love. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing is Love. This will be caught at about the 5. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Again, Love. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who...
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts add on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical... situation, it's third down in the third quarter, and this defense just trying to get the ball back to their offense to get back in this contest. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Now it's Love. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
Offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here. Luck now to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's an 8-yard pickup. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Luck. And he will find his man on the outside. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from him.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And that'll be good for an Indianapolis first.
Well, it's obvious to me that the big guy is beyond locked in. We saw last week a scintillating performance. We're seeing it again. I think he and his coordinator are in lockstep right now.
Sometimes a tip of the cap to the guys calling the plays here, yeah?
Not just calling the plays, setting the game plan, sitting with him during the week, watching tape as they formulate it. You know, the best ones, they listen to their guy and say, okay, what do you like this week? You like this play? You don't like that play? And that helps them formulate what they're going to do.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Off of play action, Luck. This will be caught at about the 3. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Their big tight end with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And they will line up now for the 2-point try. Luck will try and throw for it. It's complete. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they go with a... It's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense. They have a chance to do that on 3rd down. And they'll go on the ground. And they'll be inside. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Dan Bailey now for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 17. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. We get a glance at the Colts defense as they work their way back on the field. A crew that got the stop last time led to 3 points. That was good, but they're probably thinking, hey, we'll get you the stop again offense. You get us a touchdown here.
Just add to the points total, right? But the defense has to have a ton of confidence. Someone goes for it against you on their own side of the 50. No. Stuff them, turn over the offense, and you're right. They'll take 3 on the first time. If they do it again, though, they expect a touchdown.
Yeah, but first they've got to do it. Let's see if they can. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And quickly, they get to the line. Now back to throw. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
Back to throw here. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Back to throw again. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Still back there. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And tough starting field position here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Indianapolis, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for Houston, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.